Like, you ain't got to be the best. Now that y'all know that, I need you to pass go and collect your 200. And what's the deal? I'm so happy to be able to share this information with you. I just been on the road lately, man, and I'm realizing that having a job, there are so many tools and essentials that can really prepare you for the real world. Now, check this out. This is so crazy. So I'm a supervisor at my job, and we have to do a thing called observations. We have to go out and survey drivers. And so on our last call, my manager had said to us all, like, hey, man, whenever y'all out there doing observations, I need it to be clear, and I need to be able to see whatever it is that you're writing. I need to be able to know, like, hey, I was there, and I was there witnessing this. Like, man, when I heard him say that, I got so excited because I remember when I was in the 8th grade, my teacher used to give us this assignment to do, one of my best assignments ever. And it was called bell work. So every morning when we would go to this class, the lady would write a word on the board. And so, for example, she might write pink on the board. So in this example, she would say, hey, I'm going to give you guys 10, 15 minutes, however long, and I want you to just, I think about 10, because she don't want to take up the whole class, but gave us about 10 minutes, and basically she would say, fill up the whole page on anything that you could think of dealing with the word pink. And so I would start off by saying something like, my girlfriend's favorite color is pink. I think the reason why my girlfriend liked the color pink is because, and that was my favorite assignment, because I remember I used to just take off. And you got to think, 8th grade, she putting one word on the board. Like, I struggle with low self-esteem, so I'm sitting there going crazy. Like, I didn't need no help. This was my area of expertise, even in my youth. And now I'm hearing my manager say basically the same thing. Like, yo, we want you to be detailed. Like, anytime you're doing an observation, we basically want you to do what you did when you was young. Like, yo, we want you to expound as much as you can on each driver. And what's crazy is this is a daily task that I got to do. Anytime I do an observation, I have to now write verbatim exactly what it is that I've seen. I have to paint a clear-cut picture for whoever it is that's going in looking at this information. They have to know what it is that I'm writing, and they have to be able to visually see, oh, we see what he did. We see the observation that you made, Mike. But do you understand what happened here? Like, this was a skill that I learned as a kid, and now that I'm an adult, I get to actually put this in play at my job. Like, you see where I'm going with this? And it's crazy because I get to do what I love to do. I'm a writer. I get to do this for a living now. And it's crazy because they paying me to do something that I already know how to do very well. And do you realize, like, they're paying for my youth? Like, what is it that you have in your archives? What is it that you used to do back in the day that you now can incorporate into your job? You now can sharpen that skill, because whether they know it or not, I get to write every day. All they doing is brushing me up, because you know what else I got to do? I got to watch for grammar. I got to make sure that I'm not sounding like I'm slow. I'm a grown man working at a corporate company. I got to make sure that I'm sounding professional. I'm an ambassador, remember? I'm representing them. I'm out there. They want to know, man, we got a guy out here representing the company. He is putting his best foot forward. He is giving actual and factual observation information. Like, do you realize the type of honor that is? And come on now, like, they not playing. And I get to use a skill that I learned as a kid, and I get to now get paid for it as an adult. Like, do you know how that feels as a grown man to be able to do that? I'm curious. What skill sets do you have that you turn down now, that you now can use potentially, but you so focused on the negative parts of the job, but you not thinking, man, I can do this? I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, people sometimes get it misconstrued with me, man, Mike, you just love your job, or you just got the perfect job. Like, no, bro. It didn't start off like this. And to be honest with you, I still had days to where I don't want to go. But what I really love about going to work is right now I don't have the option to not go. So do you understand what type of discipline that's doing for me? Like, every day mentally, I have to get up out my bed and make a decision to go to work or I won't get paid. Like, that's discipline, whether a person admits it or not. And I had the opportunity to do that. And not only that, but I have the opportunity to go to work. And now, like, not back then, now I get to do something that I love to do, which is right. And my job has given me the opportunity to do that. What has your job given you the opportunity to that you missed because you so negative and you looking around going, man, forget this job. Like your job probably gave you a golden opportunity that you missed, or that you were so fixed on the negative that you missed the other opportunities. They may have had some job requisitions open that you missed because you so stuck on last week. Man, I can't believe such and such said what they said to me. Like, man, you gotta let that go, man, and realize like you are in a gold mine right now. I just told you, I'm a writer, and my job now pays me to write. And it's crazy because this ain't the only thing that I do as a hobby that they pay me to do. It's other things that they pay me to do that I do as a hobby. Like, come on, man. So all I'm trying to get you to understand is there are so many valuable essentials that you can gain from a job, and one of them is doing your job. I get to write every day now, and that makes me feel so good because there's times when I used to go to work and work 16 hours a day, 14 hours a day, and I'm coming home burnt out, and I never picked up a pen. Man, I ain't picked up a pen this much in my life, and I don't know when. And it just make me feel so good. And so my goal is to make you aware of something that you could potentially be missing out on because you focus on the wrong things. All I'm trying to do is, and my job is to shift your focus to focus on the things that's going to make you more productive. That's why I choose to not pay attention to the negative, because I notice all the negatives too. That's one of I'm very aware, very observant. So I know that that's my weakness, to observe things and notice them. So my thing is, you know what? I noticed that when I focus on these things, it takes me down a rabbit hole. So you know what? Why do I need to go down a rabbit hole to find out a fact? So you know what? What I do is I focus on the positives so that it makes me more productive. And you know what happens slowly but surely is almost like that rabbit hole. It's like other people start kicking dirt in it. Now it ain't a rabbit hole no more. Now I done forgot about the rabbit hole. Now all I can do is focus on being productive. And that's all I'm trying to get you to understand. You feel what I'm saying? So now that y'all know that, I need you to don't be oblivious to what's going on at your job. You might have some stuff. They might be trying to pay you to be a kid, because that's what they doing to me. But now that y'all know that, I need you to pass go and collect your 200. Peace.